Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 1172 and Doubleshot number... I don't think it's... Yeah, 1006. I got two trades for you. One DC, one Marvel. And both of them kind of the second to last trades for both of them in a way. Okay? First up it is Green Arrow, Volume 5, Hard Traveling Hero. Let's collect issues 26 to 31 of Green Arrow Volume 6. Now, next trade does not contain issue 32, in case you're wondering, because that was part of the Dark Knight Metal crossover. Yep. Now, this is actually toward the very end of Ben Percy's run on this book. I will discuss more about this when I discuss Volume 6, which I have right next to me, and save discussing, like, what could happen, like, my final thoughts on it later. So, with this one, Green Arrow, basically, after he has surrendered himself, he basically got himself a lawyer, Kate Spencer. And he had to flee town to basically prove he's actually innocent. And, of course, this becomes a team-up book. First, teams with the Flash, teams with Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, though Green Lantern gets involved with the Justice League. And meanwhile, though, Emmy is actually talking to Kate Spencer and also talking to Black Canary. Also, Black Canary, hey, call me Red, like my code name is Red Arrow, not Emmy. Yeah, she tried to establish her own code name as an actual superhero. Yeah, Ben Percy is trying to develop the character. I like the fact that he is pretty much making her an actual sidekick for Green Arrow, like make her his partner alongside Black Canary. And meanwhile, Seattle's were renamed to Star City. Yep, because the Ninth Circle has pretty much bankrupted Seattle in order to create and rebrand it as Star City. Yep, but more about this later on and why stuff happens. And so, despite the fact that just like they actually do believe Green Arrow, they actually offer a spot in the Justice League. But he's like, no. And he's like, can I just be a rogue agent, be a rogue operative, be a solid operative? Like, okay. First assignment, go back home and clear your name. Yep. And that's all literally happens in here. I do appreciate the whole thing of like Green... Now, I get why they had this happen first, Green Arrow and the Flash, because it happens on TV all the time, so why not? As for Wonder Woman, Green Arrow has never really teamed up with her that I can think of. Also, the artwork in here is done by Otto Scott, Tua Ferreira, Stephen Byrne, and Jamal Campbell. Otto Scott does the cover on here. Now, as the case of the character, he also teams up with Batman, mind you. Yes, as a Batman. Not only Flash and Green Lantern he's teamed with before. Well, Flash mainly on TV. Not much in the comic books, no. Not really, no. It's not usually a dude teaming with each other. Batman has worked Green Arrow before, so yeah, there's some history there. In the case of Superman and Green Arrow, not really, as far as I can tell. Now, surprisingly, the thing is, when it comes to the characters, now, despite the fact that he does team with the Justice League, but here's the thing. During the whole Rebirth era, Hal Jordan was not even on the Justice League roster at this point. That was just Cruz and Buzz. Why the heck Ben Percy thought that Hal Jordan was on the roster, I have no idea. Also, when he teams up with the rest of the Justice League, this is what him and Green Lantern are simply taking out a satellite run by the Ninth Circle. Yep. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's pretty much it I can think of happening here. But I like the fact he goes to various cities. Like, he goes basically on the road, runs with the Flash. For Superman, he goes to Metropolis. For Wonder Woman, DC. For Batman, Gotham. Green Lantern, he just happened to come across them. But yeah, fun stories I like in here. This book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic. Alright, moving on to another book that's kind of the second to last one. Though in the case of that one, that was the last one, second to last one, Ben Percy's one. This is the second last trade overall for Hunt for Wolverine. This is Weapon Lost. This one, like the other two trades, collect the Hunt Wolverine one-shot, basically using the resurrection, and the Weapon Loss miniseries. This one is the only one of the 4 miniseries actually written by Charles Soule, believe it or not. Yep, this is the only one he writes. The cover art here, now the artwork, the interior artwork for the book, Weapon Loss, by Mazel Barafigi. Yep. Now, in the case of the cover art here, it's mostly done by Greg Land, Jay Dustin, Robert Farrow Jr., Kasaba Kamakali, Robert Peregi, Dean White, and Farley B., who does all the cover art for this book. This book is simply Daredevil team up with Misty Knight and Frank McGee. Those who know who Frank McGee is, he is a character created by Charles Soule, who first appeared in the Human comic book, written by him, who has occasionally appeared in Daredevil because he was writing the book at the time, so why not? And their job is simply to look for Wolverine. They will find him. Nope, but it's a fun little mini-series. And plus, and this I thought was really strange for Charles Soule to do, he apparently set it up where apparently Misty Knight and Frank McGee could be a couple. They even make out in here. Doesn't go much anywhere, but this is a fun mini-series to read. And aside from these two show up in here, aside from people I just named for this mini-series, I don't think anybody else shows up in here. So I have Daredevil, Frank McGee, and... well, they work with a guy called Cypher to look for Wolverine. They don't actually find him. Yeah, and this mostly leads into Hunt Wolverine Dead Ends, which is not in this trade, mind you. Nope, it is not in this trade. They do kind of find Wolverine, well, an android version of him. Yep, that's all they find for Wolverine. But aside from these 3 characters who come from their own team anyways, yeah. Not much else happens in here, but it's a great mini-series. And it seems something, though, each book always tends to be like a group book, in a way. Like this one is Daredevil, Misty Knight, and Frank McGee. Oh, by the way, give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Green Arrow also gets 9.5 out of 10. The Claws of a Killer is simply Daken, Mystique, and Sabretooth. For Animated Agenda, it's Iron Man, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Spider-Man. Which, that one, even also gets an appearance by Laura, aka Wolverine 9X23. That was my Tom Taylor. Excuse me. If you look at that book, that's mostly like a reunion of the New Avengers book when it was written by Brian Michael Bendis. This book, you can simply think of it as Soule doing his own thing for the Hunt Wolverine stuff. Claws of a Killer is simply put just another book that deals with the Weapon X group. Just basically Sabretooth Mystique teaming up with the son of Wolverine to find out what happened to his father, but they don't actually find him. But mostly, it just set up for Dead Ends, which I'm thinking, like, why would it be in any of these trades? I mean, I don't know if it's in the Mr. Manager trade, which is the only one left, by the way. And that features a lot of the X-Men, which that one's going to be interesting to review when I get a chance to get my hands on it. Yeah. Each miniseries is good. I do recommend it despite the fact they don't actually find Wolverine in these 4 miniseries. Nope. But there is a follow-up that comes right after this, The Return of Wolverine. And, of course, Wolverine and the Infinity Watch. Which I might get that one in the future. Because I want to continue the whole Wolverine stuff. Yep, but not much else to say about this trade. These 2 trades, they're both really good. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. My next review of the newest episode of Black Clover. Just new episode because there's no new chapter manga release this week, okay? See you next video. Bye.